Y2, top of the day, top of the morning to you, man. I think it's Saturday. Hopefully your Saturday going smooth. Now, usually I get on here and I get to eating, but that's not what I'm doing today. I actually just got out the Lyft. I had a dope conversation with my Lyft driver. He told me he's actually fasting right now. They're going through Ramadan, so he's gonna be fasting for about 30 days. And I was like, yo, that's dope. What's fasting like? You feel me? He said, it's good, brother. It's with Allah, you know what I mean? Kind of broke it down to me. So I told him, I'm like, man, how long you got to fast for throughout the day? He like, usually from 2 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm like, damn. I be sleeping around 2 a.m. for real. But, I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm going to actually try to fast today for a portion of the day. He like, really? You think so? I'm like, yeah. So I told him, look, man, I ain't going to eat from the morning to about 2 or 3, you feel me? Like, I think that's called like an intermittent fast. So that's what we on today, but that's not why you click the visual, man. Click the visual because you want to repair your credit in 3-4 easy steps in 24 hours or probably less. Before we get into all that, man, I need to put you on game on exactly what credit is. Now, I want you to visualize being in elementary school, high school. You had several classes in there. You was graded on each class academically. So you had an academic grade. You know what I mean? Now, when you think of credit, the same thing applies. You got to look at credit as a financial grade, you know? So going back to the analogy I just made, the high school, your grades. In some classes, look, you might have had good grades. Certain classes, you might have had bad grades. That's cool. I had the same. But same as you had the option to always boost those grades, the same thing applies to your credit score. So that same analogy, we're gonna take that and apply it to your credit score. The score is your financial grade. It lets institutions know, yo, this person right here, they good at paying their bills on time. You could trust them with funds. Same thing, vice versa. It lets them know, like, yo, this person right here, they kind of shaky. You give them some cheese, you might not get no payments from them. But you always gonna have that option to boost that score, that grade. The first step, really, you're gonna have to get Credit Karma. Now, if you don't have the app, you can sign up online, but the first portion of that is gonna be Credit Karma. We have to now first identify all your collection accounts. A lot of times we forget that we have collection accounts, or we forget that we have accounts that have been closed and placed in collections. Download the app Credit Karma. You know what I mean? Once you download the app Credit Karma, we first must identify the debt that you owe. It could be a lot, it could be a little. You never know. Like, for instance, let's say you have an old bill with T-Mobile. I like to use phone companies as an example because, everybody end up on old phone bills. You forget about this bill or whatever, or a matter of fact, you don't even think you owe this bill. You know what I mean? Because there's that side of thing too. So what happens is T-Mobile is then gonna close that account. But once they close that account, they're gonna sell that account to a collection agency. Once they sell that account to a collection agency, they already out of bounds. Boom. Why? Because in order for them to sell that account to a collection agency, they have to now draft and form a new contract. But that new contract is without your knowledge and without your consent. That's the first violation. And that violation right there is going to be one of the key violations that we're going to use to argue that you do not owe this debt, because it's without your consent, it's without your knowledge. So first thing we're going to do, like I said, is going to get Credit Karma. Boom. On the Credit Karma app or the homepage, you want to stay on the For You section. You're going to scroll down to where it says all accounts. And you're going to click See All. Once you click See All, this is going to show you every account that you've owed or that's been closed or whatsoever. Now, before we keep going, I'm going to give you a insight on my credit. My credit is not the best, man. I ain't gonna get on here and say I got an 850, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know what the limit is. I always thought the average was 850, but it might be some higher. You know, prior to this video, I was at a cool 5. Now, they consider that fear. You know what I mean? After the knowledge that I acquired to come on here and share the source, you know, I boosted my jump back to close to a 6. You feel me? That's considered good. So I ain't gonna hear to say I got an 850, 900. Nah, no cap. After we've identified all your accounts, it's gonna be important because what we're gonna do next is gonna be dependent on each account. Break that down for you is I've used credit repair agencies in the past before. One in particular, Lexington Law. I paid Lexington Law for a month to try to, you know, get me right or whatever. They did what they did, but they basically did what I could do for myself. Dispute all the collection accounts. That's basically what this video is entailing. You know what I'm saying? And that's important because you're gonna have larger accounts, you're gonna have smaller accounts. Now, for the larger accounts, for example, let's say you might owe a medical bill of $2,000 or more. That account is gonna require multiple disputes back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Now, a smaller account of maybe 120, 150, maybe 2 or 3 disputes may knock that off your report. What these credit repair agencies do is basically send out multiple dispute letters back to 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 back. So the reporting agency is like, look, we're just gonna take this off. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a cease and desist letter. Once you go to Credit Karma, you scroll down to all accounts, you click see all, it's gonna show you all your accounts. You're gonna click file a dispute. Now, I said something earlier that I said is important because, like I said, once they sell that debt, there's a new contract that has to get drafted without your consent, without your knowledge. So once you click the file the dispute portion on Credit Karma, you have to enter this verbiage. You're gonna enter, I don't have any knowledge of this debt with John Allen's collection or Florida's collection or T-Mobile collection, whatever the agency name is, you're gonna put that name right there. I do not have any knowledge of this debt with the credit reporting agency's name. This debt is a new contract without my knowledge. Boom. You're gonna have to put a reason as to why you're disputing this account. That is gonna be the reason. After you've done that on Credit Karma, we then are gonna move on to Experian. Now there's multiple reporting agencies. You know, there's Experian, there's Credit Karma, there's TransUnion, there's CoreLogic, and there's Equifax. Now, so you're gonna have to do exactly what we just did on Credit Karma, on TransUnion, Experian, CoreLogic, and Equifax. If those are the credit reporting agencies in your state, you're gonna have to do that exactly same process over and over and over on those reporting sites. Let's go on to Experian. We're gonna do the same thing on Experian. You're gonna go to Experian. Boom. On Experian, you're gonna want to click the credit tab. That's gonna show you your current score, and it's also gonna pull up all the accounts that you are currently in collection for. Now, you're gonna scroll down to the bottom. There's gonna be a file a dispute option. Once you click the file a dispute option, you're gonna put the exact same verbiage that we just used on Credit Karma on Experian. You're gonna state, I do not have any knowledge of this debt with John Allen's collection, Florida's collection, T-Mobile collection, whatever collection agency is saying that you owe them some money. This debt is a new contract without my knowledge. Boom. You know what I mean? You click submit the dispute. After you submitted the dispute, you want to go on all those other credit reporting sites that I just mentioned, do the exact same thing. Now it's gonna take some work. Like I said, if you owe large accounts of 10,000, 2,000 and up, it's gonna take you to do multiple disputes. And you're gonna have to allow some time for the dispute to be processed and get the result back. But they're gonna send you an email telling, hey, your dispute was approved or disapproved. After you've done that, you want to go to the Better Business Bureau, and you're going to do the exact same thing on the Better Business Bureau for the specific credit reporting agencies that has you in collections. You're gonna do the same exact thing on the Better Business Bureau. So we from Credit Karma to Experian to the Better Business Bureau. Then you're gonna go to TransUnion. Then you're gonna go to CoreLogic and Equifax. You're gonna do the exact same steps on all those platforms, all those websites or apps if you have the apps. Now, the last and final step, which is gonna be a repeated process of the same similar steps that we just did, is we're gonna try to opt out of being credit reported. Now, this is like the most important steps. It's like the cherry on top, man, the cake. You get what I'm saying? Is the fat lady singing, you heard? You feel me? No cap. So what you want to do right now is you're gonna Google. You're gonna do a simple Google search. First, let's start with CoreLogic. You're gonna do a simple Google search of CoreLogic. Now, CoreLogic is spelled CoreLogic. Then you're gonna put opt out, CoreLogic opt out form. It's gonna pull up the opt out form for you. See the official CoreLogic site. Once you get on the site, you're gonna want to enter your personal information, your name, address, followed by your social security. And then there's an option right there that says, I do not want my information being disclosed to credit reported agencies, and I want to opt out. You're gonna select that option and submit the form. Now, this is very important because look at this as like similar to receiving spam mail, where you're getting a lot of spam mail to your email, where you have to go and unsubscribe because someone has your email address, which is why all these emails are being sent. The same analogy applies to your credit. Someone has your personal information to where all these credit reporting collection agencies, credit collection agencies, reporting agencies have your information, and they're reporting your credit. So you're gonna do that for CoreLogic. After you've done that for CoreLogic, we are then gonna go ahead and do that for TransUnion as well. Like I said, we just had to do that on multiple sites on different steps. Now we're gonna do the same thing on TransUnion opt-out. You're gonna go search TransUnion opt-out form. It's gonna pull that up. You're gonna select the same option. I do not want my information being disclosed to credit reporting agencies or collection agencies. I would like to opt out. You fill in your personal information. Boom. After that, we're gonna do the same thing for the Experian opt-out form. Like I said, there's multiple credit reporting agencies that you have to opt out from. You made it this far in the video, look, go down in the comments and comment credit up. Because I want you guys to actually go ahead and attempt these steps. They're gonna actually work. The same amount of money that you're gonna spend paying a credit repair agency for to do these exact same steps that I'm explaining to you, you can save that money and put the time and the effort in to help yourself repair your credit. You know, after you've done that with Experian, you want to do the same thing with Equifax opt-out form. You know, you want to repeat these processes until you see that these collection accounts are being knocked off your credit. You're gonna see it increase. It's gonna be, whether it be 5 points, 25 points, because your credit goes up in increments. You know, once you've done these steps, come back to the visual and say, it worked. You know what I mean? Come back and let me know. You know, and don't miss a step along the way. You have to follow each process. You have to repeat each process to get the results that you want. You know what I'm saying? But before y'all dip, man, subscribe. Make sure you attempt the steps also and comment credit up.